how you doing, everybody? This is John, another video of Traveling with John, and today we're in New Braunfels, Texas, and we are here at the Animal Zoo and Snake Farm. So we're going to go check out a whole bunch of reptiles and snakes and scorpions and spiders. So let's go see what it's all about.
Ear. It's in my ear. Okay. This is not working, Dr. It's not. We're good. Okay. Alright, never mind. I don't want to ask again. I've got some additional bathrooms outside. Come on. Outside. You're going to be your immediate last stuff for this last order. Thank you so much. Come on, hurry up. Hurry up. Alright, there you go, right there. Go potty. I'm sorry, this was it.
I'm trying to see if that's a one or two. That's one. No, this is two, dude. Cuddle up. Find this low.
Oh, there he is. Oh, shit, I didn't see him. Oh, I'd be dead.
This one's moving.
It's got 4 caimans. I have a Chinese water dragon also, so.
Okay.
Hold on a minute.
Alright, I'll wait.
That's okay.
It's a pup animal.
See?
Where is it? This one's even harder. it? I have no idea. Where's the rattlesnake y'all saw? Oh, no, Mom found a rattlesnake. Oh, no, I thought Brandon just saw one. Oh, this one's easy to find. This is a smooth scale death adder. Oh, there's a right here. There's a wolf. No, but there's one here. Over there. Yeah, oh, this one's right here. Right there. Come on, let's go look for some more. Like this one. It's poison. Oh yeah, that one's poison. And it's venomous. And there's also one from South America. This one is from Arizona.
Did you see this one?
Oh, it's really camouflage. No, that one is really camouflage. No, I didn't see it. Yeah, it is not camouflage. Oh yeah, I did see it. Whoa, look at this one. It's big.
Sauce.
That's two of them.
Oh my god.
This one is found here in America.
We'll be here pretty early.
Can we go to the vent side? Okay.
Their location references from Eastern Java.
What's that?
That's its like scientific name. So Tremerian Sierra insulensis. It's the species. Huh? How do you tell by looking at it? It's narrow head, and then you can see both feet.
Yeah, I can only see the down.
If you look closely, you'll see
Oh, I do see that.
when they glide down, because they flatten their body out, then, like they flatten their ribs out. It's pretty cool. So they kind of like glide down out of the tree.
I don't want to hold a copy. I can't.
Because he's American.
Where's the chameleon?
Hey, Mike can tell us too, though.
Oh, there's it.
I'm saying when they should have one here, the American Mississippian. I'm gonna ask because I'm pretty sure that's what Leo is. But ours is right here, probably. I said, but our baby's
barely
smaller,
see its
probably.
head. Like it's like the nose maybe it's like part of the body. It's like deep in the grass.
Oh, is it no black and white?
It's hard to see. It's like you can barely see the scales. It's just like inside that leaf part.
Hey, look, you know he won't.
You just barely
Any
see
snake,
a piece of
any
it.
snake looks like this,
Look.
and won't fuck somebody up. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he like.
So you know where that big leaf is that's kind of floating back around? Yeah, I'm not there. You can barely see its scales.
It's a big boy.
It's just in there.
Look at the head on him.
I know that's what I'm saying. That would be scary. He looks like his head looks like a rock.
Rod's eyes do look pretty big.
Baby, you find those only in Arizona.
The eyes, how it's like capped over.
Close to us, close to Michigan.
You just can't see right now.
That's a viper.
So if you open this cage up, you couldn't see it? Anything?
You can't see. You can see the shadows. It won't bite. What are you looking for?
A chameleon. I seen him.
Yeah, we seen plenty of those.
And north.
A green red.
They're all California.
They're striped with black and brown.
Not all of them are. Some of them are cool.
That's a viper. That's a viper right here too. Oh, he ain't able to see him. See on this? Yeah. He ain't come on when he. I want to take him.
Oh, Eastern Java.
You hear me?
Oh, look at him.
I don't care about that. I'll take him.
Ooh, he's looking at.
I'll take him. Hell
He's right there. He's under the grass. You see that one?
What happens? What's a python bite feel like?
Well, they've got nearly 100 teeth in the mouth. Every tooth is curved back, kind of like a fish hook.
Thank you. That's all good information. All right, the moral is grab them behind the head and don't let go.
Yeah, don't meet their teeth.
Dude, it just feels like jumping out of it's all wrong. Really? Just grab it.
Just another day.
Big snake.
Ready.
Roger.
Get your blood going.
I mean, I know it's old hat for you. You've been, would you say breeding snakes since you were 13?
Yeah, let them breathe. Had quite a few.
That's funny. Good. Plastic with rocks on the lid, never good.
Yeah, these are the ones that are going to go back in that cage.
What kind of snakes are in here?
These are red-tailed boa constrictors. They eat birds. They also eat mammals, so their teeth are a little bit longer.
We're mammals.
We are mammals. Yeah. Same drill.
Yes.
Grab the head.
Right.
On these you can kind of, just like that. Alright, cool. Hopefully, head's not over here. Alright, there we go.
Enormous snakes. More giant snakes. Look at those things.
Whew. Well, I think you can grab that one. That's right there.
I think you can too.
Alright.
You're the brand new proprietor.
Not one with my arm.
Well, there's a boa. I'm told they're a constricting snake from South America. Colombia, actually. They eat mammals.
Okay. It's your turn.
The situation right now.
Okay, he's working on plumbing.
He's ready to pounce, right? Okay. Solid as a rock. But this is my snake rabbit hand.
Deadly snakes on the planet. Venomous snakes on the planet. They can eat up to 18 feet. It seems like people's
He's turned black.
Jared.
Why do we not like each other?
Competition and shit.
The snake's darker than the milk snake.
That's nice.
Western Diamondback.
Oh, that's a diamondback. Looks like he's like about to
One up there, the one up there.
It's right there.
It's the head of the king cobra.
Maybe even a bull snake or two.
Get your hand up.
I thought they had those things like that go like.
Yes, they do. If you look at its head, and like right after its head, the neck part, you see how it kind of flattens out a little bit.
Yeah.
Only when they're mad do they like flare it out because it's their ribs. They can control the muscles in the ribs to make it flare out.
Ma'am, is there a bathroom? Yeah, if you go through those glass doors and make a left. You see my little... Yeah, if you go through those glass doors.
Carpet python? What are they called? The carpet python?
They have a place where it drinks in
Looking at it. It's a Madagascar. Madagascar.
All like tangled up.
I don't.
They are pretty.
It's a pet. Mom, I want one of those.
I know. Of course she wants. What? They're cute.
To come on by if they'd like. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about our zoo. So we started way back in 1967, and back then we were just at the snake farm, so it was just our reptile building that you guys first went through. But about 10 years ago, we did come under new ownership. We've made a lot of changes since then. Mostly with the stuff that you see outside today, we've grown from that one little building all the way out here. But we have been working really hard on renovating all of our exhibits here at the zoo. So we've started over in our reptile building. A lot of those exhibits are brand new, and they are bioactive exhibits. So what that means is each exhibit is kind of like its own ecosystem. So that's going to be really great for all of our reptiles in there. So we're super excited about that. And we have a few other exhibits that we're working on too. So just behind you, we have a turtle pond that we're working on. That should be up and running here soon. And then right next to that, we have a new tower up here. That's going to be for our ring-tailed lemurs. So they're going to be moving over there, and we'll be getting some more animals to go on the spot that they're at right now. But we also own about 20 acres back behind the zoo. So right now we're working on the perimeter fence for that. We're just finishing up now. But we are hoping in the next few years to actually triple the size that we are right now. So that means getting a whole lot more animals for you guys to come and check out. And then all of our exhibits will be a bit larger and more naturalistic too, kind of like the jaguar exhibit behind you. That's kind of what we're going for moving forward. And we're also a family-owned facility, so all of our proceeds go directly to our animals, including Joe here, who I brought with me today. So I'll go ahead and tell you guys a little bit more about him. I'm going to bring him up a little closer here. So Joe is one of our 4 fennec foxes that we have here at the zoo. And Joe lives back behind the scenes with his mate, Janet. They live together over there. They are our education foxes, so they're really used to handling, and we'll bring them out for shows like this. And we also do private encounters with them as well, if you guys want to get to know them a little bit better. And then we have 2 other fennec foxes that are on an exhibit just outside of the gift shop. So if you guys haven't walked by them yet, definitely go say hi to them too. We have Fred and Fern over in that exhibit. If you look at him pretty closely, Fred is going to be the one that has the fluffier face. So that's a good way to tell him apart from the female over there. And those 2 are a little bit older than Joe. So Joe is about 3 years old. So he is full grown. Lots of people just think he's a little baby when I bring him out because he's so small. But Fred, in that other exhibit, he's about 6 and Fern is about 8. And then Janet, Joe's mate, she's also right around 3 years old. So they're right around the same age. And these guys are the world's smallest canine. So, as I said, they're not going to get any bigger than this. Joe is only about 2.5 pounds right now. They're typically only anywhere between 2 to 3 pounds at the most. So they're very lightweight, very small. But you can typically find the fennec fox out in the Sahara Desert. So they're really used to that warm weather that we have here in Texas. And they've got a few adaptations that help them out with the heat too. They got to find a way to battle that. For sure. So definitely look at Joe's ears. They're pretty hard to miss since they're so large. But their ears, not only do they have exceptional hearing, since they are so big, they can hear very well, and they can actually hear underground. So they're going to hear different bugs that are crawling around, and they're going to try to hunt them down and snack on them. They like to eat all different tasty things like bugs. But their ears are also how they regulate their body heat. So they have a lot of veins going through the ears, and so that provides a nice large surface area to be able to release that body heat. That's going to help keep them nice and cool out on those really hot days. And just keep going. Let me lift up his paw here a little bit too. So you might notice Joe's got a lot of fur here under his paws. It's a little hard to see his paw pads just because he's got so much fur down there. So if you guys have ever walked on hot sand without shoes, it is not pleasant. It's going to burn your feet a little bit. It's not going to be very nice. So these guys don't quite have the luxury that we do putting on shoes before going outside. They just kind of go outside the way that they are. So they've adapted to have that fur under their feet to help protect their paw pads from the hot sand. So that way they won't burn their paw pads in any sort of way. But usually they don't walk on too hot of sand anyway, just because they are nocturnal. So they're going to be coming out at night rather than during the day. So you might notice Joe's a little bit sleepy here. Just woke him up from a nap. I think he's still trying to be in nap mode. So we'll see if he wakes up a little bit more here in a bit. And then the third adaptation that they have is actually my favorite one, and it's one you can't see. So these guys have highly adapted kidneys. And the kidney is the organ in your body that processes all of the water that you drink. That's what keeps you nice and hydrated, especially on hot days. You need to drink a lot of water. So with the fennec fox, how their kidneys work is they pretty much pull all of the water out of the foods that they eat. So pretty much what that means is the fennec fox doesn't have to drink any water to survive as long as they eat regularly. So they're going to get all the hydration that they need just from eating. And that's going to be really great for them too, because it's a little hard to find a cool drinking source out in the desert. Those are not very easy to come by. Any water in the desert really is not pretty easy to find. So they're going to save a lot of energy from having to search for that water source. So that's going to be really good for these guys too. And the fennec fox, they are omnivores, so they're going to eat a little bit of everything, meat products and plant products. But mostly out in the wild, it's going to be small birds, rodents, insects, lizards, and then any kind of plants that they want to go ahead and try to eat, they'll go ahead and eat those too. And here at the zoo, we'll give our fennec foxes a nice varied diet. They always get just a little bit of cat food to help their kidneys. And then they get a different thing every day. So one day a week they get mice. That is Janet's favorite thing to eat. That's her favorite day of the week. But Joe, he really loves the veggie day. So he really loves zucchini. And that is like his favorite thing to eat. I think it's just because there's a lot of water in zucchini, so it makes him feel really good, feels really hydrated. So that's his favorite thing to eat. And these guys, even though they do some of their own hunting, they do have to worry about being hunted as well. They can definitely be prey animals as well as predators. So the biggest predator that they need to worry about is actually different birds of prey. So different types of eagles and owls can easily scoop them right off the ground just because they're so small and they're so lightweight, they can just be carried right away. So you might notice that Joe here, he's got a nice sandy color. So hopefully he'll try to blend in and camouflage himself a little bit, stay a little bit more hidden. And then he can also run well over 30 miles per hour. So hopefully he'll try to outrun any of those birds too. And those are pretty much their biggest ways that they're going to avoid predators. And foxes are generally very social, especially the fennec fox. They are highly social animals. So they typically live in family groups out in the wild. It's going to be the parents and then any of the babies that they have for several years. They're going to stick around with the family group. And each group is going to have their own little system of tunnels underground. So they do a lot of digging out in the wild. And they've got some semi-retractable claws that actually help them out with that digging too. So they've got about 1,200 square feet underground of tunnels for each family group, just around that much. But usually there's going to be shared tunnels that connect different family groups. So several family groups, or just a couple of them, they're going to use those shared tunnels and communicate with each other and visit each other in those little tunnels. So it's kind of like how you might visit your friends and your neighbors. They pretty much do the same thing, but underground. So they are super social and definitely love to talk to each other. Another really cool thing about these guys is that they have incredible night vision. And so what allows them to have that night vision is that Joe, he actually has vertical pupils just like a cat. And these guys are the only canines that actually have that vertical pupil, and that's going to give them that incredible night sight that they have. Lots of people think he's just kind of a cat-like thing whenever I bring him out, but he is definitely canine. But they're not wrong, they definitely have some cat-like aspects to them also. He's of course got his classic foxtail too. But do you guys have any questions about Joe or any of our fennec foxes? No? Alright. Well, if you guys want to come get a closer look at Joe, you're more than welcome.
Alright, we just finished up our trip over here. Hope you enjoyed the video here at the Animal Zoo and Snake Farm in Braunfels, Texas. Hey, be sure to check out my other videos on my YouTube channel, and see you next time. Bye.